Hello and welcome to B&D. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the little bell for your notifications. Meow. Okay, now let's start with this. Hello, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Now, I ran a test, and you probably get from the title of this video of what that test was. I was watching YouTube, as you do. I seen the McMaster go and have breakfast at this cafe that did something like a 7-inch pizza breakfast, and I watched it being put together and then put in the oven, and then he said it was brilliant, and it cost, well, like, I think it was £6 odd, nearly £7 for it. And I'm thinking, that's not a breakfast for starters because there's no egg on it. And I'm going, for the amount of product he put onto it, that's fairly cheap to make. So I decided to make it. And I don't have any video of me making it, but I have photographs of what it looked like after I made it. Because I made this when I was up with my daughter, and therefore I couldn't set up the camera and do all of that when she was around. So I have pictures of it. Now, I did this a while ago, so going from memory, I think I used half a tomato. I think I used one mushroom, which was like not that big, and I sliced it thin. I did probably, I think it was a third of a tin of baked beans, which made up that bit. I'd got a pizza, and this was the cheapest pizza you can get a hold of. Now I know Asda have it's about a 7-8 inch pizza. That's for £89. It doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter how much is on it, because it did have some cheese and the tomato sauce on it. Doesn't matter how much is on it, because we are adding items to it and making it different. So what I did was I took my metal tray that goes into the halogen, I put the pizza base on that, and weirdly enough, I'm sure the pizza actually fitted it, so it might have been a 10-inch pizza. I put the tomato, the mushroom, the beans, and I put it into the halogen before I put the egg in the center of it. And what I did was, to keep the egg in the center, I used one of my metal rings and put that in the center, then cracked the egg into the center of that, so it held the egg at the center. I then used one slice of bacon, and I splashed out on one whole sausage, which was much more than what went on this bought one for £8. So I sliced the sausage flat. When I cut the sausage, it deformed, so I flattened it with the knife so it made more of a circular bit, and put that on. What you can do is you can pre-cook the sausage, or at least brown it off a little, and do the same with the bacon so it doesn't take as long to cook, so you don't burn whatever you're doing. But you have to cook the pizza for as long as it takes until the egg is set. So I put it in the halogen, I cooked it up, and when I was able, that the egg was able to hold its shape, I removed the metal ring from it. Once I'd done that, then it was near being done. Then I sprinkled cheese on it, which took up the gap between that the metal ring hadn't left. So I sprinkling cheese on the top, but it had everything that you would have on a breakfast, other than a hash brown, because what's the point? If you wanted to put a hash brown on it, would be no problem, but you would probably have to cook the hash brown up first, cut it into slices, then just put it on afterwards, then sprinkle the cheese on, then leave it for about a couple of minutes more in the halogen or the oven, whichever you're using. And then when I got it out, I decided that I'll take a couple of pictures of it, which is what you will see. Now, my version, which I think was more like 10 inches, that was enough for 2 people. And it was very filling and it was very nice. So I can't really make that just for myself because it would be far too much. I wouldn't be able to eat it all. But it was nowhere near the cost. I think I costed it out, half a tomato, 1 mushroom, a third of not even, well, probably was more like a fourth of a tin of baked beans. And at 20 odd pence, you're looking at that 7p. And you're going, I don't know how you can't say. He called it value when he got his. I didn't. Because for what the amount you've got, you didn't get what you would get on a plate. So if you were paying £8 for breakfast and someone gave you one skinny piece of bacon, you'd be a little peeved. And if you got one sausage and you got no egg, and you look at it and you go, because technically speaking, the pizza base is not that much different from just bread, and therefore it's not much different from toast because you're heating it up, so it's going to get crispy. So if you don't want to use a pizza base for it, you could use a bread bun, one of the big ones, like a stotty. You could use that. You wouldn't need to use the ring to hold the egg because the holes in the stotty would hold it. I would say try and toast the base of the stotty first to firm it up so it doesn't get soggy when you put the more wet ingredients on, like the baked beans and the tomato, which all have moisture in them, and the egg. So that would just soften up whatever you've got. But that's what I did, and it wasn't that, I didn't put that much on. So frankly, it wasn't expensive, and it did 2 people. And by the time I had half of it, I was full. So with that, you could always change the fried egg on the top type thing to just doing scrambled egg, and once again wait till it's mostly cooked and then put the scrambled egg with the cheese on and sprinkle that over the top. You could do that. It's another variation to it. So that's what my own breakfast pizza looked like. So I hope you like that, and I hope you come back and watch again. So bye. Thank you for watching. See you next time.